In Mississippi, Charlie Swift lives a quiet, orderly life. Every morning, he makes coffee, reads the newspaper, and follows the same precise routine. But when Charlie puts on a suit this early, it means something specific. Someone is about to die. Charlie is a fixer and hitman who's worked for mob boss Stan Mullen for the past 20 years. He's a former Marine, and in 2 decades of solving Stan's problems, he's never failed a mission. The crew calls him Fast Charlie because his work is clean, quick, and professional. He doesn't ask questions, he just gets it done. This morning, Charlie steals a parked car and waits outside a residential house. He's supposed to kill a man named Rollo Kramer and deliver the body to a crime boss from New Orleans named Beggar. But there's a problem. Stan insists Charlie babysit a young wannabe thug named Blade, who's trying to prove himself. Charlie hates working with partners, especially reckless ones. Blade finally shows up carrying a box of donuts and wearing a homemade delivery shirt. Charlie immediately notices the shirt says Krispy Kreme with the wrong spelling. Blade explains his plan. He told Rollo he won a dozen donuts in a raffle. Charlie asks why Blade didn't just stab him like usual. That's how Blade earned his nickname. But Blade wants to impress Stan by trying something different. They drive to Rollo's rented house near the airport. Blade walks up, delivers the box, and rushes back to the car. Before Charlie can question him, the house explodes. Blade put an explosive device inside the donut box. Charlie and Blade rush inside to check the damage. Rollo's head has been completely blown apart. His body is there, but without a head, Beggar won't be able to identify him. Charlie immediately calls Benny, one of Stan's trusted men who runs the strip clubs, and explains the disaster. Benny mentions that Rollo's ex-wife Marcie lives nearby. Charlie decides to visit her. Charlie and Blade arrive at Marcie Kramer's house. When Charlie knocks, Marcie opens the door already knowing Rollo is dead. She's calm, almost expecting it. Charlie offers her $5,000 to identify the body. Marcie hesitates. She swore she'd never get involved in that world again, but she needs the money. Charlie follows her inside and stops cold. The walls are covered with mounted animal heads. Marcie explains she's a taxidermist. Charlie notices a beaver with a particularly intense expression. Marcie says she was going for indignant, like someone stole his acorns and he's going to make them pay. Charlie sees what she means. Marcie tells him she doesn't need to see the body. Her brother is a tattoo artist, and he gave Rollo and Marcie matching tattoos as a wedding gift on their buttocks. She had hers removed last year. If the tattoo is still there, it's Rollo. They head outside. Blade pops the trunk. Marcie quickly scans the body, finds the tattoo, and confirms it's Rollo. But then Blade accidentally lets the tattoo show too clearly. Blade suddenly pulls his gun on Charlie and Marcie. He explains that Beggar offered him a better deal, and this body is his ticket into the new crew. Blade orders Charlie to drop his weapon, then loads Rollo's body into the car and speeds off, yelling that he's finally moving up. But Blade is better with knives than guns.
I'm moving up, baby!
Rollo's body is completely destroyed. Charlie and Marcie stand there staring at the wreckage. Now they have 2 problems: no body for Beggar and a dead traitor in a burning car. Then Charlie notices something. Blade and Rollo are roughly the same size. He turns to Marcie and asks if her brother could recreate Rollo's tattoo on someone else. Marcie gets it immediately.
Fine, but I'm not cutting his head off.
Charlie handles that part himself. Later that evening, Charlie visits Stan Mullen's estate. Stan has ruled Biloxi's underworld for 47 years, and he and Charlie have been friends for 33 years. But Stan is struggling now. His memory is failing. He forgets where he is, mixes up details, and can't always remember what happened yesterday. Charlie cooks dinner for him. Charlie labels all the leftovers in the fridge so Stan can find them easily later. Before he goes, Charlie makes sure Stan takes his medication. Watching Stan decline is hard, but Charlie owes him everything. He took it upon himself to look after the man who gave him a life. The next day, Charlie drives to an auto salvage yard with a pond full of crocodiles. Beggar is waiting with his crew. Charlie shows him the headless body. Beggar checks for the tattoo, finds it, and seems satisfied. His men feed the body to the crocodiles. Beggar tells Charlie he's been trying to reach Stan for a meeting. He has ideas: new construction, casinos, business opportunities. He wants Stan's approval to expand. Charlie says he'll pass the message along, but he already knows what Stan will say. Stan doesn't do business with men like Beggar. After collecting his payment, Charlie drives back to Marcie's house and gives her the money he promised. She thanks him, joking that it's the first time Rollo ever contributed anything to their relationship. As Charlie leaves, he asks if she wants to get lunch sometime. The question surprises both of them. It came out before he thought it through, but Marcie smiles and says yes. A few days later, Charlie takes Marcie to an Italian restaurant called Tuscan Tomato. She loves the food and asks how he knows so much about it. Charlie says he likes to cook, mostly Italian food. He was stationed in Italy years ago during his time in the Marines and fell in love with the culture. Everything Italian just speaks to him. Marcie talks about her work. She likes giving animals a second chance at life, restoring their dignity. When she returns a trophy to a hunter, she wants that animal to haunt his dreams. Charlie finds that fascinating. When Marcie asks what he does, Charlie settles on problem solver. Marcie smiles. She gets it. Before they leave, she tells him not to think too much. Stay in the moment and enjoy it. The rest? Who knows? Later, Charlie attends Stan's birthday party at the estate. The crew is all there. Benny, who runs the strip clubs, Paulie the chauffeur, Tony D, and a few others. Between them, they have over 300 years of prison time. Stan complains about the store-bought cake. He says fancy bakery cakes look great but taste terrible. Stan and Charlie talk privately. Stan asks if Charlie ever bought one of those Italian fixer-upper houses he's always looking at. Charlie says he's still searching. Stan tells him to stop searching and just do it. In 20 years, he'll regret the things he didn't do more than the things he did. Charlie mentions that Beggar wants a meeting. Stan's response is immediate.
All right, I'll tell you what, go ahead, set it up. I'm gonna sit him right in front of me, this close, and tell him to go fuck himself. See, here's the thing that I did learn though, that you don't wrestle with a pig. He'll get you dirty, and he'll like it.
He warns Charlie to stay away from Beggar. That night, Charlie goes home and cleans his car while listening to opera through his headphones.
You dumb fucks ever heard a ring doorbell? Go and get him. Pick him up.
Charlie realizes this isn't random. Stan's organization is under attack. He tries calling Benny to warn everyone at the casino, but gets no answer. Charlie speeds across town and arrives just as Beggar's truck is pulling away from the building. Inside the casino, Charlie finds the worst. Stan's entire crew has been tied up and executed. Every single one of them is gone. Charlie rushes to Stan's mansion. He finds Stan's body lying on the floor. The man who saved him, who gave him a purpose, who encouraged him to chase his dreams, dead. Charlie stands there, frozen. His whole world just collapsed. He drives to the docks to meet with Sal, the higher-level boss who oversees multiple crews. Charlie tells Sal he wants to eliminate Beggar. Sal refuses. Beggar is a major earner now, bringing in too much money for the organization. Stan's crew was old, and Beggar represents the new generation. Sal tells Charlie to leave town if he's smart. Charlie asks what Beggar wanted. Sal says Beggar has been tearing the city apart looking for something, evidence that Rollo had on him. Then Sal says something strange. He hints that not everyone from Stan's crew is dead. Charlie pieces it together immediately. There's a traitor. And it has to be Benny. Charlie visits Benny's house. Benny's wife, Celine, says he went to the strip club. She mentions she always says goodbye to him before work. It's their thing, but didn't today for some reason. She asks Charlie to tell him she meant to. Charlie arrives at the strip club. Beggar's crew has already taken over. His old friend Milt is working the door as a bouncer now. Charlie sends him home early, then heads inside. He finds Benny in the back office and shoots him in the shoulder. Benny begs for his life, saying he had to make a choice. Stan wasn't the same anymore. Beggar was the future. Charlie asks where Beggar is. Benny says Beggar has been hunting for whatever evidence Rollo had on him, something that could destroy him. Charlie shoots Benny dead. As he's leaving, he takes down several of Beggar's men in the club, but one attacker hides in the kitchen, waiting to ambush him. Just as she's about to fire, Milt returns and shoots her from behind. He chose his side. The next day, Charlie tracks one of Beggar's men to Rollo's rented house and eliminates him. Beggar calls the dead man's phone. Charlie answers.
Did you find the package?
Stop looking.
Fast, Charlie. I am impressed. What do you want?
You. Not breathing.
Oh, you got a long way to go, my friend.
I could find out what Rollo had on you before you do. That's what I thought.
Meanwhile, two of Beggar's men break into Marcie's house, searching for the evidence. One picks up a taxidermy bird she's been working on. He makes a crude joke about it being a long-billed woodcock. Marcie tells him she's been working on it for 30 hours. Then she stabs him through the eye with the bird's long beak. ending him instantly. The second man attacks and tries to choke her. Marcie grabs another tool and stabs him to death. When Charlie arrives moments later, she's standing over 2 bodies, shaken but alive. Marcie explains that Rollo came to her 4 days before Charlie did. He promised her $50,000 if she helped him rent a place to hide while he worked some scheme. She thought the money was gone, but now she knows it might still be out there, probably with whatever evidence Baccarin wants. Charlie tells her he's heading to New Orleans, Rollo's home turf. Marcie insists on coming. She knows where Rollo lived, where he spent time, and who he dealt with. Besides, that $50,000 could change her life. Charlie agrees. They leave together. They drive to Louisiana and stop at Charlie's old childhood home. The place is abandoned now. She asks why this revenge mission matters so much to him. Stan is gone. Why not just run? Charlie tells her a story. When he was 5 years old, he'd wait at the door for his father to come home. He'd have his cowboy hat on, his boots, his toy gun. His father would walk in, and they'd play a game called Draw. Obviously, a grown man beats a 5-year-old every time. But what bothered Charlie was that his father made him turn around and face the wall after losing. Then his father would shoot him in the back. Every single day. One day, Charlie asked what the point was of facing the wall if he was just going to get shot anyway. His father said, "Maybe today I won't." So Charlie turned around, hopeful. His father shot him in the back. Charlie hated his father for years. Then one night, he told Stan this story. Stan's advice changed everything. He said, "When your father came home, you should have been waiting behind the door and shot him in the back first. Forget giving him a gun. Forget giving him a chance. In life, you can play by someone else's rules, or you can play by your own." That advice lifted a weight Charlie had carried for 30 years. Stan didn't just give him work, he gave him freedom. That's why Charlie can't walk away. They continue searching for the evidence. At Rollo's mother's house, they find a red lockbox, but the $50,000 is gone. Rollo's mother spent it all on breast implants.
What you expect to find in there? 50 grand?
Where is it?
You're looking at it. 25K each. Double D's.
The evidence isn't there either. At a hotel, Charlie poses as Rollo to check room charges. When a maintenance man arrives, Baccarin's top enforcer, a man called Lloyd, ambushes Charlie. Charlie barely escapes down a laundry chute and gets shot in the process. Marcie patches him up in the car. While she works on the wound, Charlie shows her pictures on his phone. Italian fixer-upper houses in Umbria. They cost $1 if you promise to renovate them. Marcie asks what he's waiting for. Charlie admits the truth. He was waiting for someone to come with him. He didn't see the point in living that dream alone. Charlie tries to drop Marcie off at a bus station with some money. She refuses to take it. She tells him a loan means she'll have to wonder if he made it back, and then hope he didn't change his mind. Too much can happen between now and then. She'd rather leave it here.
Don't you be in love with me, Charlie Swift.
Too late.
Then Marcie remembers something. Rollo told her the evidence was hidden right under their noses. He used to manage Baccarin's bar. That's where it is. They go to the bar. Marcie pretends she's looking for Rollo, yelling and causing a scene about the $50,000 he owes her. While everyone is distracted, she finds a CD hidden behind the bar. But Lloyd and Baccarin's men grab her. Charlie is forced into a car with Lloyd. They're driving to the junkyard where Baccarin is waiting. On the way, Charlie deliberately crashes the car. Charlie steals another car and drives to the junkyard. Baccarin is holding Marcie at gunpoint. He demands the CD. Charlie offers to trade, but first, he wanted to see Marcie's face to check whether she's okay. Baccarin then gives Charlie 15 seconds. Charlie stalls. He starts talking about the Italian houses, the fixer-uppers he's been looking at for years. He tells Marcie he finally figured out why he never pulled the trigger on one. He was waiting for someone to come with him. He didn't see the point in living that dream alone. Baccarin is losing patience. Charlie finally agrees to hand over the CD, but says there's a problem. He already showed it to Sal. The CD contains audio of Baccarin confessing to the FBI that he's been informing on Sal's operations for years. Baccarin was ratting everyone out to take over. Charlie tells Baccarin he had to run it by Sal first to make sure he was okay with eliminating him. Before Baccarin can react, a sniper shot drops him. It's Milt, positioned on a ridge. A few days later, Charlie and Marcie visit Stan at a horse racing facility. It turns out Stan isn't dead. The body at his mansion was Paulie, his chauffeur. An old friend at the coroner's office helped fake Stan's death. Now Stan lives under a new name, Mr. Green, safely in retirement, exactly like he planned. Stan looks healthier, more relaxed. He's finally getting to watch the horses and enjoy his sunset years. When Charlie introduces Marcie, Stan welcomes her warmly. Sal arrives and hands Marcie an envelope. Inside is $50,000, a gift for helping take care of the beggar situation. Marcie smiles. She can get her certification now. Charlie mentions that there's a museum in Tuscany with an opening for a taxidermist. Marcie realizes what he's saying. They could buy appliances for the Italian house. It probably doesn't come furnished. Charlie asks if she really thinks so. She tells him to pull the trigger. Sometime later, Charlie and Marcie are living in Tuscany. Charlie finally got his Italian dream, but more importantly, he's not living it alone. Well, that was the recap of the 2023 movie, Fast Charlie. Rollo's mom spent Marcie's $50,000 on breast implants. That's one way to use the money. What's the wildest thing you've heard someone waste money on? Share your stories in the comments below.